Hi students, today's video is over lesson 18. We're going to do bubbles 12 through, is it 15 or 16? I believe it goes to 16. Okay, so you've already created a flyer game. We built it in our last lesson where your little guy has controls and he grabs coins and he gets points. But what we would like to in the next several levels is add obstacles and some other sprite interactions. So the first thing we want to do is add an obstacle sprite to the game. You can use whatever image you'd like from the animation tab, but we're using a sun like the example shows. We're going to add that sprite, we're going to set the animation, and we want to run the code so it appears sort of like the image on the side. So in the animation, I have a couple things that I should probably just delete out that I forgot to delete out that I used. So you're going to do a plus sign, you're going to go find the sun, you're going to add the sun, you can name the sun OB for obstacle, or you could type in obstacle like so. Once we have that, we need it to appear sort of just like our character sprite. So I'm going to copy the character sprite code. I'm going to paste. I'm going to type this in as obstacle sprite. I'm going to name this variable obstacle. I'm going to set the animation for the obstacle variable, and we named it obstacle from the animation tab. When I run this, I should have a sun. Notice the sun is a little bit higher. So if you show the grid, you can change the Y to maybe 180, 150. You can figure out where you want that sun at. I just moved it a little bit higher. Okay, let's go on to 13. In 13, you don't want the player to be able to move through the obstacle, so you need to add a sprite interaction. Add the code to your game to prevent the player from moving through the obstacle. So we have learned bounce interaction, so that's what we're going to use. We want to put it in our draw sprite, so every tick of the game this occurs. So let's go ahead and add it let's go ahead and add it before the score. So let's go ahead, and I like to use comments so I know what's going on. I want to update the sprite's properties. And what I want to do with this is, we're talking about the character. What do I want to update? I want to update one of the bounce properties, and I'm going to use bounce off. Let's look at an example of bounce off. Here is bounce off is the bottom one where you saw that the target doesn't move. It's the character that we want to move. So that's why I'm using bounce off. So bounce off, and we want it to bounce off the obstacle. Don't forget your semicolon. When you run this, it should bounce off, and notice the sun doesn't move, rather our character moves. Okay? So that's 13. Let's go on to 14. 14 says your coin is moving, but that means sometimes it's going to appear behind the obstacle, so your character can't get it. So we need to use another sprite interaction to fix this problem. So this is going to take an if statement. So if, I think I kept it there from last time. So let's go ahead and put in some code, a comment that helps us write our if statement. So if the coin goes behind the sun, move the coin. So you probably are thinking in your head, you need an if statement that's going to move the coin to a new X and Y statement. So it's easier to, in a true statement, so our conditional statement, if the coin collides, so if the coin collides with the obstacle, if that is true, what do we want to happen? If that's true, we want to change the coin's X to a random number between 0 and 400. We also want to change trying to copy it. Copy and paste. We also want to change the Y position. Now, someone's asked the question, well, what if the second time it goes behind the sun and the third time it goes behind the sun? If this is a true statement every tick of the game, it will continue to change the coin. The coin will never, ever be behind the sun now, because we said if it's colliding with the sun, then it needs to move. All right? So there you go. 15. Right now your colliders are rectangles. Switch them over to circles to get it to be more interesting and a realistic bounce and collision. So let's go ahead and use this debug property for both the obstacle. So we're going to do obstacle debug, and we want it to equal true. We want the same thing for the coin. We want to change it to true. If you run your code, notice that they're squares. And so that's making the interaction a little bit different for this. Now we can go ahead and put the character debug equals true and check out what that looks like. And it's a square too, so maybe we should change that to a circle as well. To change them to circles, we're going to use the property that it shows. We're going to do character set collider, and we want to change it to a circle. Don't forget your semicolon. We're going to do that for all three. Forgot my semicolon up there. Okay, go ahead and reset and run, and now it's just a little bit better of a bounce. Okay, I guess I didn't need it on my coin. I'm going to take it off of my coin. There, just those two. Okay, and then notice I don't have my score all the way set up, but that's okay. Oh, because I deleted it out. Why did I delete that? Oh well. I will put it back in later. I must have deleted out my code for grabbing the coins. Okay, so we've got that taken care of. Now let's go on to 16. 16 says to add something of your own to learn. So the coolest thing I think about what you could add is right now our character can leave the stage. And we don't really want him to leave the stage. So we can add a platform to navigate to the bottom. So really it's kind of like create an edge to our game. You could also put platforms around to make it more difficult, but I'm going to try to keep him inside this stage. So I'm not very good at drawing, so I'm going to go search for a ground option. And whichever ground you like, I'm just going to do dirt. And I'm going to rename it so it's just called ground. I'm going to go add that as a variable. So I'm going to just grab this. I'm going to paste. I'm going to say ground sprite. I want to set a new variable called ground. I'm going to want to set it at maybe, remember your X and Y, so maybe 400, maybe 0. 0 and 400. This is going to be called, ground. Set the animation. I named it inside the animation tab ground. Run it. There's my ground. I'm going to move my ground up a little bit more. So I'm going to try 380. There's some ground. Okay, so same thing is going to happen. We want it to bounce off the ground so it can't go past the ground. So if you think about that, I want to update my character. So I want my character to bounce off the ground. So when I run and refresh that, what did I forget? Oh, I spelled it wrong. And now he bounces, okay, which is nice. He keeps bouncing off the ground. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, and then the other thing I have to think about is if the coin goes behind it, I need it to move. So if the coin goes behind the ground, I need to move the coin. So I'm going to change this obstacle to ground. Pretty simple. Now the coin can't go behind there. Our character can still go outside of the two sides. So that's something else that you can do. So since that's something else you can do, you can create another animation, and you can set an L side, left side, right side. You can make it invisible. You can set it invisible so then people can't see it, and then they could bounce off the left and right sides if you would like. That's all for lesson 18. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.